Like he gets shattered so fast. Like he's like so good. Like
DVAG is trash AF.
I can get shattered in like first like 20 seconds max. I got it when I was playing in the
You got
UK.
the bubbles.
Okay. Alright. It's year 2016. I've just moved to the EU, precisely the United Kingdom, to study for my masters. And after finishing a part of my masters, I got hooked to this game called Overwatch back then. It was such a fun and refreshing switch from my older shooter, which was probably Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I mean, at that time, also the game Call of Duty 4 was pretty old because it launched in around 2007-8, and I kept playing for like the competitive aspect of it, like tournaments, LANs, and everything else. It had no rank system, of course, so it had to have LANs and a lot of scrims and team practices over and over again. So we kept playing Call of Duty 4 for really long, even after the game was almost on its deathbed. So this game comes along the way, and a friend asks me to try this one out, and I do try it. I get hooked to it because of always been a fan of superheroes and superpowers and stuff like that. So this entire universe of Overwatch kind of I felt included in it because it had everything for everyone. Now cut to 2022. I come back to this game after a very long break because the double shield meta and a part of the goats meta was not really fun for me. I did peak around 4,100 back in my Overwatch 1 days, but when I came back, I had to redo it again because there was a bit of commotion with my studies and my other personal life and everything, so I had to do everything again. And I managed to somehow start streaming again. I did stream Overwatch 1 here and there on various platforms, not Twitch, not Kick, not YouTube, but I just did it for my friends and everyone. But I came back, I started streaming, and I started having a bit of nostalgic fun, and that is what it was. It stayed for maybe a couple of seasons, 3 seasons, maybe maximum 4 seasons if I have to stretch it, and then it all started going downhill, like in Overwatch 2, of course. I don't know what to blame. Maybe I was getting burnt out, or the server that I play on was getting stale, or there are not enough players on high relos. Maybe my character was not at its very best, the one that I play, that is Reinhardt. But it kept getting worse after like the first 2, 3, 4 seasons. I did peak my whatever I peaked. I think I peaked around GM1 rank 140 something on America server, which is also the Singapore server, which is somehow included in Americas. Please, Blizzard, if you are listening to this, can you please fix that part where why is Southeast Asia included in Americas? I don't know. Like, I have a lot of complaints from you, Blizzard, as in whole, but this is one of the complaints that I think needs to be addressed. Why are we not in Asian leaderboard? Anyway, moving ahead to the state of the game. They announced a week ago that they are coming back with Overwatch 1 Classic. I have no script prepared for this, right? I'm just speaking it out of however I feel like. They came up with the news of Overwatch 1 Classic, nostalgic, and this and that and everything. And I felt excited for a bit because I think for the longest, Overwatch 2 is a fundamentally flawed game because I think one tank is never a good option. Because there is one character in the, even for visual reasons, if there is just one big character on your screen, there are chances that people more often than not are going to hit you. And how are they going to hit you? With all the objects and bullets that you are prone to be countered by. So for example, if soldier is a bad counter to you as a Reinhardt, you're going to be hit by bigger bullets like Bastion. Like, my point being, if you are the biggest target on the screen and you're the only biggest target on the screen, you are going to be hit harder than anyone else. And if that is resulting in your enemy team's victory, then you're going to be hit the hardest. they are going to come up with all the big guns on the enemy team. So that is why I have always felt that solo tank is not the way to go. I don't know how to balance this game, or how I can, in my mind, how I have to come up with ideas on balancing this game. But overall, I have never felt any joy after like probably the end of fourth season, fifth season, sixth season, to play this game at all. I just play it because somehow I feel that I'm addicted to it. I do enjoy maybe 1 out of 10, 15 games. Yes, something drives me to play this game, but something drives me to not get better at this game. I cannot try and get better at this game. Some of the reasons that I want to state as, yes, my character had been really bad for a really long time. Yes, of course it's a bit better now. Of course people play this hero, but when you play on the server that I play on, it's embarrassing to say that my skill is just going to waste, because the amount of RANT players on this server, probably just handful of maybe one or two that I play on. I play on Singapore servers, by the way, and because there are one or two RANT players, every single RANT player is just hard counted by 5 other players on the enemy team in every single game. So if you have to win and you have to rank up, you have to fight 5 counters every game, and that is not fun for everyone. Right? So that being one of the reasons. Also, I think one of the reasons also being that this hero is not fun. That this game is not fun because you are the solo tank. Firstly, you cannot play with your other tank friends or people who want to play tank as well. So you just have one less options to duo queue with or trio queue with or whatever. Like there is no other player who could play tank in your yesteryears and who could duo with you. Suppose your Zarya mate, suppose your Diva mate, suppose your dive partner or your off tank mate, whoever he was or she was, they could not play with you anymore. So it just get boring and boring, like as a tank player, right? As a Reinhardt player, it had been like really sad for really long, right? It just keeps becoming really difficult. I did find a few friends to queue with over time. I made really good friends in the Singapore community, in the Southeast Asian community, in the Thai community, of course in the Indian community as well. But at the end of the day, I still feel there is a void in the game. They come up with this nostalgic event called like Overwatch Classic, and they somehow managed to fuck this up as well. Like, how bad can you be to fuck a nostalgic bait? Because all this event that I think it was a nostalgic bait to every other just like every other game is doing, right? And they managed to be the worst of all of them. Fortnite did it better, Apex did it better. How can you be the worst of all of them? Like they bring out the worst patch that was out there, which is called Overwatch 1 version 1. Like, who the fuck wants to play a game that is 8 years old right now, that had 10 million bugs, that had so many clunky behavior of characters? Like if you just play any hero that has no self-healing, you'll feel left out. Like you will just or they have no escape abilities, you will just feel like what is happening. Like the art charge is so fast. It's not 2024 worthy. I am not sitting here and complaining about the state of the game as it is right now, but I'm just complaining about the incompetency of the devs and how they come up with a bigger way to fuck everything up, right? I also want to stress on the part that the Overwatch 2 devs are at least 100x better than what Overwatch 1 was at the end of their run. Credit where it's due. Like, they listen to the community and they do make changes like 10x faster than what it was at the end of Overwatch 1. I do give them that, but giving them that doesn't mean that this game is good. There are so many issues that need to be addressed, and my time is running out, right? Like, and just like me, a lot of other players have just left the game. A lot of other players have just moved out of this game, and it has to have a certain transparency as to when a certain amount of effort that will please the unanimous fan base is going to come out, or is going to be on your screen, or is going live for you, that you can play and you can have fun. Because 5v5 is not fun. Like, as a tank man, it's just not fun. Like, unless you're playing the actual hard-hitting meta heroes and and 4 other players on your team are just playing around you. Like, if you're a solo queuer, it's just pain. Like, in any rank, speaking from you belong at that rank and you're not smurfing on a lower rank, it's just not fun. I tried this classic mode. It did feel nice with friends and people that I once, played with, and the old players and new players, and the combination of all of them. It feels really bad to see a game that you were so hooked to in the past when Overwatch 1 was a thing in their, not in their version 1 patch years, of course, not in the no limits patch. Maybe the game was good at that point of time, it's just not good right now. I can't help but think that they bring out this patch just to make us feel that this 5v5 mode that they gave us as a excuse for Overwatch 2 is much better than what 6v6 was. That was not 6v6, guys. The 6v6 that we played back then in 2017-18, right? That is the only 2 years I played, and it was fun. It was fun. I didn't mind losing. The 2 tanks mode that they came out with a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that is also fun, because even if you lose, I have played like 5-6 games, I've lost maybe 1 or 2. I didn't feel bad losing, because you are not subjected to all the bullets in the game, right? You are not subjected to every other counter that is thrown from the enemy team, because there is another tank that can soak in a lot of pressure for your tank, right? So you are not the solo sponge of your team. But anyway, like, I just wanted to make this video to say, yes, I think the direction of Overwatch is somewhat right, but I am afraid that it is like going 2 steps forward and 3 steps backwards. I just want them as an individual to for them to put in some effort into what actually matters in the game. They can mint all the money that they want, bring out Mercy skins, bring out, I don't know, Mercy modes, Mercy highlight intros, Kiriko skins, whatever is popular amongst the masses, they can come out with it, and I'll be happy with that. Not that I'm going to spend a lot of money on it, but there are people, like, I have friends who spend insane amount of money. Like, before even the battle pass comes out, people are ready with their wallets. I know a lot of them. They're ready for skins and this and that. Like, I don't want them to not have fun, or not buy these digital assets. Like, I would want them to have it, but there are certain things that the majority of the audience also want, and that is a better game. I do not think that this game right now, or whatever events they're throwing at us, it's fun for a while, it's fun for 5 games. They have to make it fresh. Making super tank meta, making supports just obnoxious to play against, it's just mind-boggling to me how it has stayed as it has stayed for so long. Pro players have adapted to it. Every pro player stream that I go to, no matter what tank they play, what hero they play, they just say that I like this game not because I'm having fun, just because I'm getting paid. This is one statement that I've heard repeatedly so many times. I just play this game because I'm getting paid. On pro player streams, by the way. Like, I want people to have fun because they're having fun. Playing games, at the end of the day, you should go back to sleep after playing a certain amount of games. Okay, that made me happy. That drove some adrenaline off me, gave me some dopamine rush. But at the end of the day, when I go to sleep as an individual who grinds Overwatch really long hours, like if you go to my stream and you check, I do stream for like 8-9 hours on an average, and that 8-9 is an average that says how long I actually stream for. At that point, I go down, I just, my sleep is blank. Like, I don't feel anything. Winning game doesn't feel that. There have been numerous instances where I've just quit the game, alt F4'd, because it was so dumb, and I was just winning 5 games in a row and just felt dumb. I just quit at that point of time. Even losing doesn't make sense, because I know what is being thrown at me, and it does not just make sense. Like, you cannot play your hero, and going back to spawn and swapping is not a healthy way to play the game. Like, every time you can't just go back to spawn and swap and pick a hero to win the game. I have always felt that that is not the right way to play a certain video game. You cannot pick to win, like, because certain heroes have certain counter swaps that is just printed, and I don't want to name those heroes, don't want to name which heroes are easy to be countered. That's a debate for another day. But this is how the state of the game has been for the longest, and I hope this changes over time. But I also hope that Blizzard realizes that everything that they do affects someone or the other in some certain ways. So just do good things, put in more effort, listen to the community. They have been listening. I will not disagree. They have been listening, but I think there needs to be more effort that needs to be put in there. And I think time needs to be valued because people are running out of patience, people are running out of time. Like, I'll give you one very big and brave example of how this entire video can summarize everything up. Back in the day, suppose if you follow football, right, managers back in the day got a huge amount of time and stability from their clubs, football clubs, right, to stay, to build a team and to do everything, right? Like, for example, I follow this team. Of course, you can see Manchester United, right? When Sir Alex Ferguson came, he had really bad years. He could not do anything. He had to rebuild the team, and he had to do a lot of things to, start getting Manchester United to win. And he was backed by the board. Today, if a manager fails for 1 year, maybe sometimes even 6-7 months, they are sacked immediately. Immediately, they don't get any backing. I don't want to name who. You can just check the history of Manchester United managers who are just sacked like that. This is not the time that you can sit and hope your audience stays locked to your game for the longest. You have to put in effort and you have to be proactive about it. You are making a lot of money. You are paying your game devs and balancing people and art people a lot of money. So it needs to be fast. I don't promote crunching because I hate that part, overworking, crunching and all. I hate that part, but I also hate the part where I have to sit in front of this fucking monitors 8 hours a day, and when I pick Reinhardt, there is Zenyatta, Bap, Orisa Mauga, Bastion, Farah, just waiting for me to, just go out and get free SR. It should not be like that. There should be another tank with me if I am playing Reinhardt. Yes, of course, there is a nuance to it as to why are you not swapping, right? Of course, I can swap, right? I swap, he swaps. He's picking another hero that counters my hero. I go Diva, they go Mace, Zarya. So how does this entire counter swapping make sense every single time? It is just obnoxious. Yes, of course, I don't just solo play Ryan, I play a few other heroes as well. Like, my hero pool is limited, but it's not very limited. I do. But then the counter swapping is just so bad in this game. No amount of nostalgia bait can bring freshness to the game unless actual effort, thought, emotions are put in the game and devs come to our seats, listen to what the audiences want, and then develop the game with all their heart. That is it. That is the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I think this is not the type of content that I make, but I did enjoy this 6v6 for maybe 10 games, and then that was it. I will never do it again because the patch is unfun. The characters are absolutely obnoxious to play. Like, I hope this changes, and I hope you guys are feeling good about it. You guys are hoping to grind more games on Overwatch, but I would also suggest you to, be mindful that you should not get addicted to it, because more than and sooner you'll just get addicted, and you can just put in long hours into the game without even realizing it and not even have fun at the end of the day. But that's it, guys, and if you did like the video, do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.